Hello and welcome on 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Quickly take you around the world of sport again. We just have to look at the fact that World Cup is here and a lot of people can't wait. Even though Nigeria is not going to be playing at the World Cup, we just have to enjoy ourselves. At least we have 5 nations going from Africa. We have Senegal, Ghana, Tunisia, Morocco, not forgetting Cameroon. We have to support them and wish them the best at the Mondial. Now let's start with we'll be highlighting all the teams participating at this year's World Cup, but today we'll be looking at South Korea and Uruguay, highlighting 2022 World Cup squad of South Korea and Uruguay. Now let's start with South Korea squad, as they will be, at least right now, be ready to play at the World Cup. We have the country where you see a lot of Kim Seung-ju. South Korea World Cup team list goalkeepers: Kim Seung-ju, Yo Hyun-woo, Son Bun-kyung, those are the names there. Defenders: Kim Min-jae, Kim Young-won. You have Kwon Young-won and Cho Yu-min. What a way to go. Kim Moon-hwan, Yoon Jong-yu. You have Kim Tae-wan and you have Kim Jin-soo, Hong-chul. Good one there. In the midfield, you have Jung Boon-young, Son Jung-ho, Park Seung-ho. You have Hang In-byung. You have what's the way to go? Lee Jae-sung, and you have Kwon Chang-hoon, Jung Boon-young, and you have Lee Kang-hin. Song Hyun-min, yes, that's the most popular player there. You have Hwang Hee-chan and you have Na Sang-ho, not forgetting Sung Min-kyu. The forwards, you have Hyang Hyo-jo and you have Cho Gin-sung. Those are the players right now. They have more midfielders who can actually perform also as attackers. Talking about South Korea World Cup team list, and I have in the studio with me Olawale Peters. You just saw the Hyun-min-chon names there.
Yeah, even Adeniyi, I will leave you with the Kim Un-young.
Okay, you don't want to call them.
For the pronunciation. But it's a very good one. I think that they're the only team going with the highest number of midfielders to the World Cup. They have 12 midfielders going to the World Cup. They're only going with 2 attackers. That shows that they know where their problem is. That shows that their coach, they may be Kim Un-young, but that doesn't mean they don't know what they are doing. That doesn't mean they don't understand the game of the football. They know that most teams coming to the World Cup, their strength lies in their midfield. Once you get it right from the midfield, definitely you won't be able to penetrate to the defense. Then the attackers also, they will have opportunity, free balls to play with. And they are very, very, very fast. In nature, they are very fast in nature. So if they can take advantage of that, I think they may surprise the world during this Mondial. I think it's a very good one we are seeing there. Don't be surprised, they may be playing 3-6-1 or whatever. But their midfield, they are going to solidify their midfield, because once you get it right from the midfield, you get it right in any football competition. Once you get it right from the midfield, you won't be able to penetrate through the defense. Then the attackers also, they will have free will. What they just need is just to get someone to lob the ball to them through the wings. And they have a very good box, a standing striker, a box 9. It will be very okay for them. What it needs to do, I wish they have someone like Filippo Inzaghi in his days, Ruud van Nistelrooy in his days. Those are the box 9 that they'll just stay inside the box. It's in, give them the ball, they know what to do. They don't come back to get the ball, but they stay in the box to get the ball. So I think this formation, as far as I'm concerned, it's a very good one from the South Korean.
A good one from South Korea team, even though you didn't see that name. A lot of should go here there. But right now, let's quickly look at Uruguay too. They have a lot of history when it comes to football. They are the first nation to host the World Cup, and they are the first nation to also win it. Now we have Uruguay World Cup team list. Goalkeeper Fernando Muslera, Sergio Rochet, Sebastian Sosa. You have defenders Ronald Araujo, popular player there, Sebastian Coates, Martin Caceres. You have Guillermo Varela, Matias Vina, Matias Oliveira, Jose Maria Jimenez, Diego Godin, who plays with Atletico Madrid. We have Jose Luis Rodriguez. In the midfield, we have Lucas Torreira, Matias Vecino, Rodrigo Bentancur, Manuel Ugarte, Georgian de Alarasqueta, Nicolas de la Cruz. You have Federico Valverde, Facundo Pellistri. You have Agustin Canobio, Facundo Torres. And in the forward, you have the legendary Luis Suarez, Darwin Núñez of Liverpool, Massimiliano Gomez, and the man, Edison Cavani.
Yeah, and I think the Uruguayan team, they are going with experience. What do I mean by they are going with the experience? If you look at their attackers, the likes of Luis Suarez and Edson Cavani also, We knew, I mean, we knew what Luis Suarez did at 2010 World Cup against Ghana. That is why experience comes in. That would have been an opportunity for an African country to get to the semi-final
For the first time.
So what he did was last man standing.
I won't mind what will happen.
I will sacrifice myself and I will take that risk that if I foul this ball, the referee may see it as a penalty. I will get a red card, and the possibility of the Ghanaian team losing the penalty is still there. And he took that risk. That is the experience. Other people, they will say, no, I don't want to commit the foul. I don't want to take the penalty. I don't want to have a red card. What about the penalty? No. He took that risk. He fouled the ball. It was a penalty. He was crying on his way out. He waited at the lobby to see the penalty. And when Asamoah Gyan lost the penalty, he jubilated. That means mission accomplished. So that is what they are having also here now. You can't have the likes of Nunes. You can't have the likes of Edson Cavani and Luis Suarez also up front there.
Massimiliano Gomez
also. You cannot have them and you will not be scared of what they can do, because they don't need a full chance. They just need half chance to convert it. The one good thing about these South Americans, most of us, we are used to Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, or what have you. But in their own domestic league, they have good and fantastic players that you've never heard of before. It is during this World Cup
that they will
unveil them, and they too, they will showcase themselves. So it's going to be very, very, very interesting.
Very interesting there. Unveiling those squads, talking about Uruguay and also South Korea. We'll be giving you more concerning that now. Subsequent edition, at least on Saturday, I'll be giving you all the remaining the list of countries that we are yet to unveil when it comes to the 32 nations participating at the World Cup in Qatar. It's getting so close and close now. Talking about Qatar 2022 on Sunday, it will start. And you just have to enjoy football at its best. Now, let's quickly talk about a particular player who really has done well. Although before we talk about him, let's look at international friendly fixtures. Some games will be coming up. Cameroon will be playing against Panama, Belgium, Egypt, Bahrain, Serbia. Well, I think this is good for Cameroon, Belgium facing Egypt. Belgium will be at the World Cup, Cameroon will be at the World Cup, and you have Serbia also, they'll be at the World Cup. They're playing against Panama, Egypt, and Bahrain.
I think a very good one, and the one to watch will be Belgium and Egypt. I wish both the Egyptians are going to the World Cup, and they are meeting Belgium.
It will have been very interesting.
It will have been very interesting, but nevertheless, they're not going to take it the way our own Super Chicken did their own.
They are in trouble.
Super Chicken, not Super Eagles. The way they did yesterday, so it's going to be very, very interesting. And we saw what Ghana did yesterday also against Switzerland. So that shows that they are ready and they are prepared. They won their match against Switzerland. Also Cameroon, also I'm expecting them to beat Panama or to have an edge over Panama. It's not about winning. It's about your game plan. It's about you knowing that, okay, you have a process to follow, you have a style to play. Sincerely, the Portuguese team, they'll be asking themselves after our woeful and abysmal performance yesterday that why do we even choose Nigeria to play?
We shouldn't have chosen Nigeria.
We should have chosen maybe Sierra Leone or another country to really prepare them for the World Cup, because they had it so easy that yesterday.
So they needed a team that could give them a tough time, that would give them that mentality towards World Cup.
Yes.
But Eagles didn't give them, it was as if it was just
a training.
Like a training, ATP. Maybe you should just really 70-30.
Do we get up to 30% possession? We don't. We didn't hold ball throughout yesterday for 2 minutes. We did not. No square play, no fair play, no diagonal passes, no true passes, nothing. We shouldn't talk about that. Let's talk about these people that are going to make us happy today.
Anyway, we've been looking at the international friendly the fixtures there, where Egypt will face Belgium, Cameroon will also play against Panama. Those games will be coming up tonight. Now, quickly, let's talk about a particular player. He plays for Arsenal, and really, it deemed free to remember that, yes, there are people out there who need help. And right now, in conjunction with other organizations, I decided to help so many young Nigerians, about 120. Arsenal forward Bukayo Saka fund 120 life-changing operations for Nigeria children. Well, good one there coming from Arsenal forward Bukayo Saka, whose parents really, they started from here before they moved to England. And right now, the young man remember Nigeria, and he has teamed up with a Big Shoe to see how they can at least help all these children, 120 of them. The player funded this particular operation that has to do with INEA and all about. And right now, the children can't stop thanking him for saving their lives. 120. This is just to let you see that out there are so many people or so many players that are doing so many things that people don't even know. This guy doesn't play for Nigeria. He plays for England. He plays for Arsenal. You don't expect him to at least, but for 120 kids, that's very, very wonderful.
That's a very good thing, and that's a very good one coming from Bukayo Saka. Just like you rightly mentioned, it doesn't have any
link, except for the parents.
Allegiance to Nigeria. What do I mean? He's not playing for Nigeria. Not that he's coming to Nigeria. Not that the parents are still in the country here, but he still find it necessary to support his fatherland, to help people that he has never met before. He doesn't know them, has never seen them before.
And I can imagine the joy. From one of his statements, he said he's happy and he's very grateful that he has opportunity to be able to put smile on the face of all these 120 children, because he knows that their families are very, very happy. That's
the difference between us and them. That's the truth. What do I mean by us and them? You see, the Europeans, because I'm not going to, if Bukayo Saka has the African mentality, he will be doing what the likes of, I don't want to mention their names here, they are doing by going into how to make more money from the money that they've already made. But he's not looking into that. He's looking at how he can help people from what he has made. There's nothing wrong if you come in and set up a business also, because we are providing job opportunity for people. Nothing wrong. But impacting in the lives of people, it goes a long, long. The children, they will never and ever forget him. Maybe their prayers.
I still remember when Kanu started the Kanu Heart Foundation, and that was it. A lot of children right now, even though it's very expensive, but he was able to push for support here and there, and a lot of people have been able to get treated through that particular foundation. Although we have a lot of Nigerian footballers really who are doing well. I know Ahmed Musa just recently built a school in Jos, help a lot of people. A lot of them are really doing it. Just that the way Nigerians are wishing that it's done. At times maybe they don't see it that way. Some of them do it very well. In fact, they don't even announce it. I'm sure this one now, out of the fact that you can't hide this kind of 120 children. There's no way one of them will talk to press, one of them will open it up and say it was Bukayo Saka. And for the fact that they were wearing Arsenal jersey there also makes Arsenal.
I think what the other footballers or the ex-footballers should do is they should do more, because they have the means to do more. They're not saying that they've not done enough.
They should do more.
They should do more. Now, we made mention of Kanu Nwankwo. We've made mention of
Ahmed Musa.
Apart from Kanu Nwankwo and Ahmed Musa, can we make mention of any other Nigerian
I can mention another one. Okay, Obafemi Martins. Like 3 years ago, he brought in some medical equipment. In fact, wheelchair, what they call this, crutches and all that, for those people who actually needed it, and he donated it to Lagos State government, to all the hospitals in Lagos, just to help people. And
I think they need to do more, like I said earlier on. And what do I mean by saying they need to do more? It shouldn't be a one-off thing. That's the truth. What stopped all the ex-footballers to come together and form a foundation? And from that foundation will be a perpetual succession that it will continue. Look at Kanu Heart Foundation. He spent a lot of money because he knew what he went through when he had that issue. If he had gotten support from other ex-footballers to support that foundation, it will be something that is continual, not something that you just do one-off. Obafemi Martins, he brought the crutches, he bought whatever. After that, what happened again? We have a lot of Nigerians that still need their helps. Okay. Apart from that, also they still have a lot that they can do by investing in their own country. Also, they've done very well, because whatever the reason why I pick Bukayo Saka ahead of them is that Nigeria made the likes of Obafemi Martins. Nigeria made the likes of Kanu Nwankwo, Ahmed Musa, and likes. But Bukayo Saka, not at all.
So the only thing you can trace on Nigeria is his parents.
His parents and his name. So you can see the difference between him and them. So that's the reason why more is expected. The one that they've done, we appreciate it, but they should try and do more. And what Bukayo Saka has done with those 120 children, I'm sure they'll be praying for Bukayo Saka. They'll be praying for Arsenal. So if Arsenal win the the Premier League this season, I won't be surprised that the prayers of those boys really helped Bukayo Saka and Arsenal.
I'm also stylishly reminding you what you said here, that if Arsenal can win the league, you will fund the movement to...
Okay, you see, on sidetrack, what will happen to Arsenal at the end of the season will be the difference between your tongue and your nose. If you want to use your tongue to touch your nose,
it will be difficult.
Not that it will be difficult, it will remain just small.
Yes, but they can get it.
They can't get it.
With the prayer of these 120 children.
It's when Bukayo Saka as an individual.
Just to add some light on there, at least we're talking about sport here. Now we're talking about the Bukayo Saka there for the fact that he deemed fit to help through humanitarian aid there. 120 children being supported by him for them to get treated with anemia or other disease there. Well, from there, let's talk about some two stories before we wrap it up. Liverpool, Juventus are monitoring negotiations between Chelsea and Mason Mount. Chelsea right now, they are talking with Chelsea, Mason Mount to see how they can at least add to his wage or at least extend his contract. But Liverpool, being led by Jurgen Klopp, and Juventus are really monitoring. If everything doesn't go well, they want to go after Mason Mount. I don't see that happening.
I will just summarize the discussion. It's mission impossible.
Mission impossible.
Mission impossible. I don't see Mason Mount leaving Premier League, going to Serie A, because that is not his style of play. That's not the kind of player he is. He's not a rugged player that can fit into into Italian Serie A. Then for him to leave Chelsea to Liverpool, he has been in Chelsea almost all his life. So him leaving Chelsea to now go to Liverpool, and the question is, do we have a better midfielder than Mason Mount currently now? The Chelsea we have now, I don't see the difference between them and our Super Eagles. I don't see the difference between them and Super Eagles. They play.
Maybe they are still better. They will beat the Super Eagles. They face Super Eagles.
maybe we should try and organize a match between Super Eagles and Chelsea.
We will actually get more than 4-0. Let's be candid.
I don't see the difference between both of them.
Seriously?
Seriously.
You mean this current Chelsea squad?
Yes, definitely.
No, they will defeat Super Eagles at least 5-0 if it's possible.
I know, I disagree with you.
Because of the performance.
No, they are running at par. They are the same team.
Oh my goodness, what a way to go. The Blues, I hope they won't come. Well, before we go, how do you feel when you have a team and you are going to the World Cup and you are being escorted by a fighter jet? Well, Poland is national team escorted by a fighter jet on their way to Qatar for World Cup. I'm sure for the sake of the closeness to Ukraine, a fear of Russia is the beginning of wisdom.
The fear of Russia is the beginning of wisdom.
Oh my goodness. Poland's national team escorted by fighter jets on their way to Qatar.
Yeah, I think that shows that the country values
their
players a lot, and they take security as a matter of concern. That's just the truth, because they know what is going on between Ukraine and Russia. Anything can happen. We saw what happened in Iran when a plane mistakenly a missile was fired, and mistakenly all the passengers died there also. This also, we can have accidental discharge. So they are not taking anything for granted. So they are trying to be prepared and also to hike the psyche of their player that, no, we care about your safety, about your life. We'll do everything within our power to escort you there with our fighter jet. I think it's a very, very good one. It's not something extraordinary, sincerely. It shows that they really value their players, and it shows how they take security serious in their country. Not in our country here, that you would know that something is happening. You now say, don't worry, I'll play, nothing will happen to me. Nobody's saying prayer is not good, though. But at least you have to guide and protect yourself and leave the rest to God.
That's just the point. Yeah, Poland at least deeming fit to protect their players going to the World Cup by going along with them with the fighter jets to secure them till they get to Qatar. That will be the wrap on the show. 360 Sport on Trust TV with Olawale Peters there. Good to have you on the show.
It's my pleasure being here, Adini. Actually, I thought by now we'd be in Qatar for the World Cup with the Super Eagles, but here we are at home watching.
Struggling with being defeated by 4 goals to 0.
By Portugal. Something they're supposed to have given us a consolation, something to be happy about.
At least 2-1. 2-1 will have been the best.
for them to beat us.
Well, our time is up there. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.